Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are LA.
In his last 5 starts, Zach Greinke has posted a 4-0 record and a 1.7 ERA. The Angels need his mastery to continue as he battles Yu Darvish and the Texas Rangers. Next. Well, the Halos are looking to bounce back after a tough loss last night. A beautiful night for baseball here at the Big A. It's the rubber game of the series between your Angels and the visiting Texas Rangers. As we take a look at the standings in the American League Wild Card, the Oakland Athletics, who are in the second wild card spot right now, won earlier this afternoon against the Detroit Tigers. The Baltimore Orioles were idle today. They will begin a series tomorrow, so it is kind of a must-win situation for the Angels tonight. As we welcome you inside the Big A and back to Angels baseball here at Fox Sports West. Victor Rojas along with my partner, Mark Gubas. A couple of nights ago, we saw a very good pitching performance by Jared Weaver as he picked up his 18th win of the season. And tonight, if you're going to have a rubber game of the series between these two teams, might as well have two very hot pitchers. Zach Greinke is going for the Halos, and Yu Darvish, the rookie sensation, going for Texas.
Both these pitchers, Victor, have great fastballs, but their secondary pitches are very special also. Each one of them can throw in for strikes, whether it's a slow curveball, the changeups, or their cut fastballs. Zach Greinke's been great. We talked about his last 5 starts, 4-0 with an ERA under 2. Yu Darvish has been outstanding himself, the ERA under 2. His strikeout total over 200 this season. The patience that the Angels had against Darvish last time around in Arlington is going to be a key against him, because if he can not throw his fastball for strikes, you're going to have to try to lay off that off-speed pitches and have more success against it, get some base runners. Greinke's a guy, too, with his changeup his last game out was his best he's had as a member of the Angels.
Adrian Beltre was not in the starting lineup. He is in there now. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. We'll bring you the lineups in the first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by the All-American Jack Combo for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores. By the amazing Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealer today. And by Looper in theaters September 28th. Halo's not wasting any time taking the field. Zach Greinke is one of those guys that likes to work very quickly, and for the most part, Yu Darvish does the same. This is the finale of the three-game set. Texas playing in its 149th game. The Angels playing in their 150th. This is the lineup that Ron Washington is running out tonight for Texas with an 88-60 record. Ian Kinsler was slated to be the DH. He's now the second baseman. Elvis Andrus at shortstop. Michael Young at third base. Mentioned that Beltre was not in the lineup, but he talked his way into it after batting practice. He'll serve as the DH tonight. He had an intestinal issue last night. Nelson Cruz in right. David Murphy in left. Giovanni Soto is catching. Mitch Moreland at first base. Craig Gentry will start out in center field, and he will bat tonight. Taking on Greinke with a 5-2 record and a 3.78 ERA as a member of the Angels. He's really thrown the ball exceptionally well of late.
Well, he's been spotting his fastball, his two-seam fastball, his four-seam fastball has been around 95 miles per hour. But he also has been throwing the ball well overall in his career versus Texas with an ERA 2.81.
Defensively for the Angels behind Zach Greinke tonight, it's Mark Trumbo in left, Mike Trout at center. Torrey Hunter is in right. The infield has Alberto Callaspo, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols from third to first. Chris Iannetta is doing the catching.
And because of Greinke's been throwing a lot of good two-seam fastballs and changeups, Eric Ibar going to be very active shortstop position. Gold Glove winner last season, very athletic, strong throwing arm. He's only committed 3 errors in his last 35 games. And he'll turn 83 double plays this year with that strong arm he has.
Ian Kinsler set to lead things off. Texas picking up the game last night 6-2 as Derek Holland picked up his 11th win of the season. Kinsler had a 2-for-3 game last night. Had a walk and was hit by a pitch as well. Also scored a run, hitting .265 on the year. 18 home runs and 71 runs batted in. First one is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Greinke, as we pointed out, 8 1/3. Very good innings of baseball Saturday night in Kansas City against the Royals. Kinsler fouls this one back, 1-1. He allowed 1 run, or at least he was charged with a run. That was the game that Ernesto Frieri was called upon and gave up the back-to-back home runs. The Angels ended up losing now. But Greinke only had 3 strikeouts. He walked 2 in that game and allowed 5 hits through 8 1/3. Breaking pitch, lofted out to center. Mike Trout over a couple of steps makes the catch, and there's the first down of the game.
And that key pitch against a stranger lineup, the ability to throw a slow curve in the strike zone, get some lazy fly ball outs. The changeup very effective too against Texas.
And he had a very good straight changeup in that start against Kansas City. He's actually had a very good changeup over the last couple of starts. How effective is changing speeds on that curveball against this lineup?
Well, you could see it last night the way Jerome Williams threw. He threw a lot more changeup than we've seen out of Jerome this year, and he got a lot of quick outs against Texas. They like to hit the fastball, and they can hit a hard slider. It's all about getting them off their timing to be able to get them out.
Elvis Andrus looks at a strike. Andrus last night 1 for 5. It was a triple off the wall in right center field. Picked up an RBI. And it was his 9th of the season. 9th triple, that is. His 58th run batted in. A .291 average for the Ranger shortstop. 3 home runs. Also has chipped in with 29 doubles. Fastball missing it. 2 balls and a strike.
And Andrus 3 for 8 in his career versus Greinke. That's a .375 batting average.
Nice pitch on the outside corner. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Texas 41-33 out on the road this year. Within the Western Division, 22-21. The Angels 25-22 against the West. This one's a swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball away. 2 outs.
And that's that good 4-seam fastball we've seen Greinke more consistent with of late. Perfect spot, especially after the pitch before you hit the outside corner. Just cut action on that 4-seamer.
Two outs, nobody on for Michael Young. 2 for 5 last night with a double and an RBI, extending his hitting streak to 8 games. He has started at third base in all 3 games of this series. 1-0 pitch. This one's fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And one thing you notice if you're watching the game at home tonight, Greinke looked around the infield and outfield before he threw the first pitch to Michael Young. Reason why he was doing that is because he wanted to see where his defense was situated, and that's going to determine which way he's going to go after Michael Young. So far we've seen everything away against Young. Defense is playing him to hit that way.
2 balls and a strike now at Young. Greinke here in the early going through 3 batters. Showing that pretty good life on the fastball. Iannetta set up back outside, and that paints the corner 2-2.
That's what a lot of good pitchers do. They look around to make sure where their defense is situated, how he's going to approach Michael Young. The good ones who feel their position well are always looking back where defense located.
Fastball, a called strike 3, a 1-2-3 inning for Zach Greinke, including 2 punch outs. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Trout, Hunter, and Pujols to face Yu Darvish with no score. For the Angels with an 81-68 record. Mike Trout leading things off in center field. Torrey Hunter is in right. Albert Pujols at first base. Kendrys Morales will serve as the DH and cleanup hitter. Alberto Callasco at third. Howie Kendrick at second. It's Eric Ibar, the shortstop. Mark Trumbo gets to start in left field. And Chris Iannetta will bat ninth and do the catching as they take on the 26-year-old right-hander native from Osaka, Japan. He's the rookie Yu Darvish.
Yeah, Yu Darvish, very good fastball. 90-96 will cut his fastball. Also throw a 2-seam fastball, slider, split finger fastball, curve, changeup. All he can throw for strikes, but at times has a tough time commanding his fastball.
Trout steps in after going 1-for-4 last night. Batting now .327 on the year. And Darvish's first one is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes on Trout. Has 27 home runs, 77 runs batted in. .395 on base percentage. The Angels have played well here at home. 41-33 on the season. Young playing in at third base. It's a check swing. He went around. Bill Welke rings it up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's that cut fastball from Darvish. Also very effective running a 2-seam fastball down and in. Leads the American League with 118 runs and 46 steals. Amazing. No rookie has ever done that in the American League.
That's up and away. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Darvish has made 4 starts against the Angels this year. 2-1 record, a 5.32 ERA. He's pitched well here in 2 starts at the Big A. 2-1 pitch is lifted down the right field line. Tailing away from Nelson Cruz, misses out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Darvish here in Southern California with a 1-1 mark and the 2.70 ERA against the Halos.
And the approach down in Arlington was much more consistent as far as making him throw strikes. He had 6 walks in that game. Trout with some good numbers against Darvish. 4 for 11. That's 364, including a big fly.
2-2 on the way. This is lined to left. Is it going to hang up for Murphy? It does. 1 out. Squared up by Trout, but it's the first down here in the bottom of the first. We'll check out the Rangers defensively. Murphy, Gentry, and Cruz from left to right. The infield has Young, Andrews, Kinsler, and Moreland from third to first. Soto's back behind the plate.
And Mitch Moreland over at first base is a big reason why the defense has been solid for Texas. His 3 errors made at first base. Very good as far as picking low throws. Also pretty good at turning that 3-6-3 double plays. Been involved in 64 of them.
Here's Torrey Hunter back in the 2 spot. 6-game hitting streak for him. Shows bunt, fouls it back over the screen. Torrey 1 for 4 last night. Ground rule double, his 22nd of the year. Hitting .308 with 15 home runs and 80 runs batted in. 82 RBIs last year. Breaking pitch drops in there. An 0-2 count.
That's been his big out pitch of late. A slow curveball, 68 to 70 miles an hour. He's getting a lot of swing and misses lately on that pitch.
Ranger rookie records for wins with 15 and strikeouts with 205. 0-2 on the way. Torrey chops this one back toward the middle. Playable for Elvis Andrews from behind the bag. 2 outs. So bases clear with 2 outs and Albert Pujols coming to the plate. Mentioned that Darvish has pitched better of late. Not that he was in a bad stretch of games, but in the month of September, very good. 3 starts, 2-0 record at 2.05 ERA. Having faced Kansas City, Tampa Bay, and Seattle. The first 2 out on the road. Albert was 2 for 4 last night, hitting .283 on the year. 30 home runs and 96 runs batted in. His 43 doubles. Overshift on the infielders. 3 on the left side. That's something that we saw quite a bit in the month of April. And Albert really was very pull happy and unable to get anything going.
And hit one well to that other side, the right side of the infield last night for a base hit.
Yep. Moreland way off the line at first. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking pitch is a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes.
And the one thing you might think is odd that Darvish is in the stretch position even though there's no one on base. He's been doing that for quite some time. More consistent with his arm slot and throwing more strikes that way.
Lays off. 3 balls, no strikes. That's on the corner. 3-1.
Wow, cut fastball 3-0. It's the one thing with Darvish. He does not give in no matter what the count is. He'll throw his fastball, and he has a good one. But he won't throw that 4-seam straight fastball in a fastball count too often.
Three-1 on the way. This one's out toward left center field. Gentry broke back, now comes charging in. They'll make the catch, and the Angels go down in order. We played 1 here at the Big A, and we have no score. Both starters with 1, 2, 3 innings. Greinke will face Beltre, Cruz, and Murphy here in the second for the Rangers. Adrian Beltre was not in the lineup last night, had intestinal issues. As a matter of fact, he and Josh Hamilton were away from the ballpark yesterday. Hamilton's going back to Texas having his blurred vision. We were told when he came out of the game 2 nights ago that he has a sinus issue, but he also had some blurred vision, and they get checked out by some doctors in Texas. This one's bounced over to Callaspo. And the first out recorded here in the second. But Beltre was not in the starting lineup, as we pointed out to you, but took batting practice. And Adrian, as I understand it, has a way of talking his way back into the lineup.
Well, it's amazing how he's always in the lineup, no matter how well he feels or how much discomfort he has, whether it's he's had some hamstring issues, and his left shoulder also has been bugging him, but he doesn't get out of that lineup too often. You have to force him to take a day off, and it's not easy for Ron Washington to do so.
Nelson Cruz last night, a couple of hits, including a double, his 38th. Swings and lines went into center field. Texas has its first base runner of the night. A 1-out single for Nelson Cruz will bring up David Murphy.
Number 7, left fielder David Murphy.
Murphy, the left fielder, and an 0 for last night, 0 for 3, hitting .308 on the year. Still in the top 10 in batting average. At the start of the day, tied with Torrey Hunter for 6th overall. Murphy will look at his strike. Miguel Cabrera, the American League leader in batting average at the start of the day with a .333 average. Mentioned that the Tigers lost today. Cabrera went 1 for 4, so his average still at .333. Oakland won that game this afternoon 12-4.
And they trailed early in that game too, Oakland. Just watching a little bit of that. 2-0 in the second inning. Especially after losing the first 2 games. There's some stress level increasing for Oakland.
That's down in the dirt. Nice job by Iannetta keeping that ball in front of him. Cruz holds at first base, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Murphy, a former first-round pick out of Baylor University. He's a first-round pick of the Boston Red Sox. Went to Texas as part of the Eric Gagne stick-em-up deal. That didn't work out so well for the Red Sox. Check swing, did he go? He did not, says Jeff Nelson. I don't even remember the year that was, but Gagne was having a very good season with Texas, and they ended up trading him to Boston. Murphy came back in that deal.
And Greinke was checking right away to see if he went. It's pretty close.
2007. Swing and a miss, down goes Murphy. 2 outs.
Boy, that was a great changeup. We talked about how that changeup has been improving each start for Greinke. This was excellent. Running down and away after that high fastball. And Murphy's been a solid player for the Rangers since coming over in that deal.
Has never really had the opportunity to break that starting lineup, but this year has been given the opportunity. He's certainly taken a hold of it. Done a nice job offensively. He's hit lefties well too. Soto looks at a strike.
He's a good defender in left field. He's got good speed.
Giovanni Soto, the catcher, hitting .208. 4 home runs, 21 runs batted in as a member of the Rangers. Hit his 4th home run last night. Bounces this one up the line, but foul. It's an 0-2 count. Soto, formerly of the Chicago Cubs, former Rookie of the Year. And a 2-run home run that capped the scoring for Texas in the 8th. They scored 3 in the 3rd. The Angels scored 2 in the 5th to make it a 1-run game, but then the Angels bullpen gave up 3 runs. Garrett Richards was charged with 2, Jordan Walden with 1. It was Soto that capped that scoring with that 2-run blast to left center. 0-2, breaking ball. Did he go? No. Corey Blazer, first base umpire. says he did not. Now we've almost met all of the umpires for tonight.
Yes, we have both third base line, first base line. Of course, our home plate umpire,
Bill Welke, and Jim Wolf, who was behind the plate in game one, is over at second base. Nelson Cruz on board with a 1-out single. He's at first. 1-2 on the way. Fastball is upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 94 miles per hour. Greinke with 3 strikeouts, no walks, and that hard hit ball into center field off the bat of Cruz. Now the 2-2. Tap of foul, just got a piece of it. Count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Soto came over to trade with the Chicago Cubs. 2 separate deals, as a matter of fact. Ryan Dempster was acquired, then Soto was acquired as well. Texas opting to go with Giovanni Soto and letting Yorvi Torrealba go. That was when the Angels were in town. Another 2-2. Swing and a miss. Iannetta will throw on to first, and the strikeout is complete. So 4 strikeouts in the ball game for Zack Greinke. We'll head to the bottom of the second with no score. The key to the game before Kendrys Morales steps up.
It's a Mumford and Sons. I will wait. You want to make sure you get yourself in good fastball counts against Darvish. Do not chase out of the strike zone. That's his game plan pretty much every time out, to try to make you chase as a hitter out of the strike zone.
Well, he had himself a 1-2-3 first inning, a couple of fly ball outs and a ground out. Kendrys Morales, Alberto Callaspo, and Howie Kendrick here in the bottom of the second. Morales with a little 4-game hitting streak, did not play last night. He'll take a strike on the inside corner. Kendricks hitting .278 with 20 home runs and 68 runs batted in. The modified shift against Kendricks with Ian Kinsler out at shallow right field. Andrews almost directly behind the bag at second. Off speed pitch. Out in front, 0-2. That second pitch right there set up by that first little cut fastball on the inside corner that Kendricks took for a strike. Kendricks swings and misses. The ball gets away from Soto, but just tag out Kendricks, and there's the first strikeout for Yu Darvish. Hey, Sunday is Fan Appreciation Day when the Angels take on the Chicago White Sox. That's a 12:35 start. All fans will have a chance to win great prizes like JetBlue flights, medieval times passes, autographed merchandise, and more. Purchase your tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. What if they actually had medieval times on a JetBlue flight? Now that would be an awesome gift. A little jousting down the aisle. Aspo takes outside. Or pardon me, a straight inside corner for a strike.
I would love that. You know how much I love flying to begin with.
Well, there's
That'd
no
be perfect.
doubt. You on a horse in all the regalia. 0-1. Missing down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. No utensils. Putting that turkey leg riding down the aisle on a JetBlue airline. That would be
Just perfect.
seriously. We should think about that in the offseason. 1-1. This one's popped up. Ian Kinsler moves in. 2 outs. 5 up and 5 down for the Angels. That'll bring up Howie Kendrick.
Nish once again. Full uni. Always see him when Darvish is pitching. Got a pretty good game face working too.
Yeah, he's not messing around. He's locked in. He's got all 4 pitches working.
Yes, he does.
Here's Howie with 2 outs, nobody on. You all right?
Yeah, I'm just thinking of that flight.
Bunted on the first base line. Darvish picks it up. A little underhand flip. And the Angels go down in order. We play 2 here at the Big A. We have no score. Back to work. He'll face 8-1. Moreland, Gentry, and Kinsler. 4 strikeouts for Greinke. No walks, 1 hit allowed.
Boy, both these pitchers tonight early on utilizing that big slow curveball.
This one pulled foul down the first base line. 0-2 count on Moreland, who went 0 for 4 last night. 279. 15 home runs and 48 runs batted in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moreland, the 17th round selection in '07 by Texas. At a Mississippi State University. But back in the day, Mississippi State had some really good players. Not taking anything away from Mitch Moreland. I'm just talking about, what was that one team with Palmero, Bobby Thigpen.
Will Clark went there also at one point.
Clark.
They had some players.
That kind of came out wrong. I apologize to Mitch Moreland. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. But established major leaguers with long careers, possibly Hall of Fame type careers.
Yeah, very good program over the years.
1 out here to start the 3rd. Craig Gentry will step to the plate. Gentry getting to start at center in place of Josh Hamilton. Had a 1-for-4 game last night. Hitting .308. 11 doubles, 2 triples. Has a home run. 26 runs batted in. Very good speed. That's why Callaspo and Pujols, corner infielders, playing in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he's been struggling of late, so you might see him try to attempt a punt. With his speed, if he can get it down, it's a difficult play for the infielders.
This one's fouled back. Right to you, Gooby. Oh. That didn't hit your computer, did it? No.
I mean,
did it hit your phone?
Probably my phone again.
There's the baseball right there. Didn't get your drink,
no.
Didn't get your phone.
No, got right down here. Got my little plug on my charger. Yeah.
1-2 is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Where did it hit?
I don't know. I'm just glad it didn't ricochet and get me.
It's a good thing you didn't pull a hamstring moving quickly for that ball, because you didn't move an inch. It's a double A RP status kicking in. This one rolled foul.
I was thinking about being on that plane, JetBlue.
You need some Geritol, man? Seriously, let's go.
No, I'm just right in position to be able to knock it down. Kept it in front of me. That's all that matters. Still can step and throw the first.
No underhand at first?
No. I always throw hard at first base.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Gentry with 1 out here in the 3rd. As promised, 2 guys that throwing a lot of strikes. Darvish and Greinke. So the tapper foul. Gentry just got a piece of it. There's that hard breaking pitch that you were talking about early on. And how important that pitch is for Zach Greinke is kind of like what Jerome, as you pointed out as well, the fact that the off-speed pitch, especially that straight changeup for Jerome, was very good last night.
He had unbelievable movement on that, and Zach Greinke's watching that game, and he's seeing what these Rangers hitters are doing or not doing against that pitch.
This one's hit well out to left field. Gentry gets a hold of the fastball. Trumbo runs it down for the 2nd out.
Can't get back to that fastball, what they could do to a fastball.
Yep. And when the Angels take on the White Sox tomorrow, it's a 7:05 start. Fans in attendance will receive a Mike Trout Rookie of the Year candidate poster courtesy of State Farm while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. You know what it also is tomorrow on Friday?
Is it Big Bang Friday?
It is Big Bang Friday.
On Friday.
Yep. Aptly named.
We noticed that they're getting ready for the fireworks in the parking lot.
Mortars.
Yes. It's going to
Getting
be a
the
good one.
shells ready.
It's going to be good.
2 outs, nobody on for Ian Kinsler, the leadoff man. Kinsler hit a fly ball to center field, leading off the ball game, so he's 0 for 1. Lifts this one out to shallow right center. Howie Kendrick going out. Torrey coming in. Howie will make the catch, and Greinke has himself a 1-2-3 third. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd here at the Big A with no score. Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Bottom of the third with no score. Yu Darvish back to work. He has faced 6 Angels, and he's retired them all. 1 strikeout, no walks, no hits allowed. He'll face Ibar, Trumbo, and Iannetta here in the 3rd inning. Eric pulls this one foul. Plan so far for Darvish is work on the inside part of the plate to left-handed batters and establish that part before starting to expand.
Yeah, I'm looking back at that game on August 1st in which the Angels had success against. The first 2 innings, he had 4 strikeouts, retired all 6 batters, and then he started to struggle in the 3rd inning. Ended up giving up 6 runs, 4 walks in that 3rd inning.
Eric hitting .295 with 7 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Little 3-game hitting streak. He had a 14-game hitting streak snapped Saturday night, but then had back-to-back 3-hit games. 1 for 3 last night. Young playing in at 3rd base. Here's the 1-1. Just below the knees. 2 balls and a strike.
Since the All-Star break, 2 of the top 3 hitters in the American League are wearing Angel uniforms. Torrey Hunter 347, Eric Ibar 346.
In tight. 3-1. Mark Trumbo is on deck.
And you have to have patience against Darvish. Won't see many pitches middle part of the plate. Only allowed 13 home runs so far this year and 178 2/3 innings pitched. He doesn't give up the long ball off. It's the walks that are the thing that gets him.
Three 1. Just got a piece of it. That pitch was down and in.
And that might have been ball 4 to get that first base runner on. And that's another part of the game that Darvish will have to improve down the road. He's allowed 22 stolen bases in 25 attempts. Does not have a pickoff yet. So you have to get the base runners. He's walked 87 batters this year.
Three 2. That's down and in. The Angels have their first base runner. That'll bring up Trumbo with a man on. Here's the remaining schedule for the Angels. 6 at home, 6 on the road. 3-game set against the White Sox over the weekend. Seattle for 3 beginning on Tuesday night. Then it's the final 6 out on the road. Irvin Santana back in the rotation. Gets the start tomorrow against Jake Peavy. Dan Herron on Saturday and Jared Weaver Sunday afternoon on Fan Appreciation Day.
Yeah, Irvin has thrown a couple bullpen sessions in between. Feels real good. A tough rotation the White Sox will be showing, but no Chris Sale, who's throwing the ball very well against the Angels this year.
Yeah, Sale pitched last night against Kansas City. Trumbo up. Time was called. Giovanni Soto, the catcher, called it.
That was a late call, but a time. As a pitcher, you have to go through with your motion as much as possible, because sometimes you'll see a pitcher, when the timeout is called, stop in the middle of your delivery, and that's when you end up hurting yourself.
I'll check in on Eric. Ibar with 17 stolen bases, has been caught 4 times. Trumbo last night 0 for 3, hitting .264 with 31 home runs, 87 runs batted in. Ibar started to go and then stopped. It's kind of more of a half-hearted bluff for him at first base, and it's a 1-0 count on Mark.
And one thing you notice with Darvish, though, he does try to incorporate a slide step. He still has a long throwing motion, which will allow you as a base stealer to get that extra step. I said only 3 base stealers have been thrown out so far this year with Darvish on the hill. You get a real good view of here how he tries to be quick. That's quick as far as the footwork, but that's a long throwing motion. You should be able to get a good jump against him. 22 stolen bases against Darvish.
One pitch. Trumbo lifts this one out to right center. Gentry coming on. 1 out. Ibar remains at first base. So here comes Chris Iannetta. Iannetta had a 1-for-3 game last night, hitting .247 overall. 8 home runs at 25 runs batted in. Chris asking for time. Last time Darvish faced the Angels was on August the 1st. Halos roughed him up for 7 runs, all earned on 4 hits, 5 innings of work. Ibar is back. They got a no decision, but that was the extra inning game that Texas eventually won 11-10. His last start here was on July 21st. Good lead for Ibar at first base. Iannetta takes up and in.
Well, Darvish is definitely preoccupied with worrying about Eric Ibar at first. Well, he's mixing in the slide step. He's doing a quick pitch, not holding the baseball. They're going right through. It's a slight discernible stop and trying to be quicker to the plate.
And Ibar still hanging out at first base. A 1-ball, 1-strike count.
And what you look for as a base stealer, so far Darvish has thrown over, but he has not held the baseball thrown over the first base. Some pitchers do that. They'll be quick, thrown over, and once they hold the baseball, they're going to be going home. So you try to pick up those little things as a base stealer.
1-1. This was line to right, a base hit. Ibar will round second. He's going to try and test Nelson Cruz. The throw is up the line. Iannetta started to go to second base, and he will head back to first. No throw from Michael Young. Nelson Cruz with a very strong arm, but he is also one of those guys that takes a while to get rid of the baseball.
And that's the thing. And I talked to Dean Weevo before this series against the Rangers. He said they will try to take that extra base, even though he does have a strong arm. Perfect approach. Allowed that little slider to get deeper in the zone. That ball was hit right at Nelson. No hesitation, but a long throwing motion for Nelson and a high throw. Initially, Iannetta thought about going, but a wise decision to go back to first base.
A wise decision for Michael Young not to throw the ball across the diamond, because Ibar was taking the lead, was following Michael Young and seeing what he was going to do, and had he fired it to first, Ibar would have taken off.
He was sneaking down the line. When you're facing a guy like Darvish, any way you can score a run, you're going to try.
That hit by Iannetta, the first for the Angels, first and third, 1 out. Trout takes inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Mike hit a liner to left field, leading off the bottom of the first. He's 0 for 1. Scoreless here in the third. Halos last night just 1 for 6 with men in scoring position. Texas was 2 for 7. Angels had a very good game 2 nights ago in situational hitting. 2 balls, no strikes now. That game that Weaver started, the Angels were 6 for 13 with men in scoring positions. We check our Mazda leaderboard.
The offense for the Angels has been very good this entire season. As far as the average, it's second best in the American League. Runs per game, third. Slugging percentage, third. Steals, third. So Mike Scioscia's offense has certainly been there.
And Texas first or second in a lot of those categories offensively.
We said coming into this year, the two best teams, in our opinions, were these two teams right here in the American League.
Eric Ibar standing at third. Iannetta at first. 2-0 count on Trout with one out here in the third. There's the swing and a miss. That was kind of a, as far as Mike Trout is concerned, a tentative swing. Got through it, but wasn't sure. Maybe fooled a little bit.
Yeah, he was guessing fastball. He got a fastball, but it was a cut fastball. Late movement. But it was a pitch that was elevated, a pitch that he can hit in the air to get the job done.
Soto set up outside. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. A strike, 2-2.
Inside, cut fastball, a dangerous pitch. A mistake pitch by Darvish.
Two on the way. Iannetta takes off, a swing and a miss, the throw down, and that is a strike him out, throw him out, double play. So the Angels go from first and third with one out, and Trout at the plate, and they get nothing out of it. We played three, still scoreless. Way to end the bottom of the third inning. A lot of times, especially in a situation where you've got a catcher running or a slow runner going from first and second and a man at third base, in that type of situation you usually see that runner between first and second kind of pull up, but Chris Iannetta did not pull up, thus not giving Ibar an opportunity to try to steal home as Trout struck out.
Yeah, usually you want to stop and get in a rundown, and Ibar was in position. If there was any rundown at all, he was going to try to score, force a good throw to the plate.
Well, we start the fourth with no score. Andrews, Young, and Beltre to face Zach Greinke, who has 4 strikeouts, 1 hit allowed. Andrews, one of those strikeouts, and that came in the first inning. So he's 0 for 1. Breaking pitch down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Both teams with 1 hit. Both teams have stranded 1. Halo's getting a leadoff walk in the 3rd and able to cash it in as that slow curveball drops in there, and it's 1-1 on Elvis Andrus. Kayaspa just about even with the bag at 3rd, just in case as Andrus fouls this one off to the right. The ball on 2 strikes now. Greinke at 44 pitches, 29 have been strikes.
These are the times generally Andrus is looking to hit the ball to right field. Just to go that way with that 2-strike approach.
Half-hearted swing, chopped at 3rd. Kayaspo throws out Elvis Andrus. There's the first out. Let's check out our AT&T trivia question for tonight. And this evening we pose the following question. Rickey Henderson since 1990. Who are the only 2 American League players to lead the league in runs and steals? Rickey Henderson, the self-proclaimed greatest of all time. Hall of Famer. Pretty good player.
Oh.
Michael Young fouls the first one off, and it's an 0-1 count.
Well, not only, we always talk about his power and what he can do to start a game, but when he got on the base, he had to throw slide steps, he had to throw over, throw a lot more fastballs than you would normally like to do against a number 2 hitter.
One ball, 1 strike. Nobody talked better in the 3rd person than Rickey Henderson.
No.
That's a Hall of Famer in that category alone.
Boy, it was a lot of fun when I was with the Angels. It was Tony Phillips and Rickey Henderson on the same team. Ooh. That was fun to listen to those guys talk.
That's overload.
No question.
Greinke ahead of the count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michael Young struck out looking to end the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. Bouncer back toward the middle, hit off the mound, so Howie able to get in position there. 2 outs. Two ground ball outs for Greinke here to start the 4th. 4 ground ball outs overall. Brings up Beltre, the DH, who grounded out, leading off the 2nd. Beltre serving as the DH tonight. Batting .316 on the year. You mentioned earlier that the Tigers lost to the Athletics 12-4. Tigers got some help from Kansas City. Royals took care of the White Sox 4-3, so that's still a 2-game lead in the Central for Chicago.
I mean, what? It's going to be some amazing races all the way to the end.
They don't face each other any longer. That season series is now complete. 0-2. Beltre breaks his bat, rolls a foul.
Well, Detroit's final 6 games of the year are on the road. 3 at Minnesota and 3 at Kansas City. We got 3 coming up with Minnesota and Kansas City at home also.
Oh, 2 count with 2 outs here in the 4th. No score. Another 0-2. Just off the end of the bat. Fouls it back. Beltre got the start as the DH 2 nights ago. Ended up going 0 for 3 overall. It's the game that Weaver picked up his 18th win. Slow breaking pitch, a swing and a miss as Beltre goes down to that patented one knee. Greinke picks up his 5th strikeout of the game. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th with no score. Angels baseball is brought to you by the new wireless receiver from AT&T Uverse. Visit AT&T.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. Torrey Hunter to lead things off for the Angels here in the bottom of the 4th with no score. First one from Darvish is a breaking ball in for a strike. Hunter, Pujols, and Morales. The Angels here in the 4th inning. Torrey 0 for 1. He grounded out to Elvis Andrus in the 1st inning. Another slow breaking pitch, 0-2.
Boy, both these pitchers have thrown 66 and 67 mile an hour curveballs, but for strikes. Big time differential, 94 mile an hour fastball and a 66 mile an hour curveball.
Fastball got him looking. 2 curveballs and a fastball, 3rd strikeout for Darvish. 1 out here in the 4th. We'll go back to our AT&T trivia question for tonight. It's 1990 when Rickey Henderson did it. 2 are the only 2 American League players to lead the league in runs and steals. Johnny Damon and Alfonso Soriano.
Oh, Kenny Lofton might be in there. Johnny Damon.
Here's Albert Pujols. Albert hit a fly ball to center field to end the 1st inning. So he is 0 for 1. 1 hit tonight, 2 base runners overall. A walk to Ibar leading off the 3rd, a single by Iannetta. Angels at 1st and 3rd with 1 out last inning. And Mike Trout struck out into a double play. Strike him out, throw him out. Inning ending double play. 3 punch outs, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed for you, Darvish.
Well, it's so tough as a hitter to try to center in on what pitch you want to go after Darvish with, but Torrey had the 2 slow curves looking off speed, instead got a fastball.
One on the way. Strike on the inside corner. 1-2.
Well, it's another fastball right inside it. Normally you see Pujols crushing that pitch. Mike Trout took a Little cut fastball inside. A 2-1 cut fastball last at bat.
Two balls, two strikes. We might just end up with a lob contest tonight between Greinke and Darvish. See who can register these slowest curveball.
That was down to 65 now.
Hey, whatever works, and that's just a part of making the adjustments. Guys aren't going to make contact with him. They're willing to swing at it, kind of like Kendry's expanded his strike zone on. Check swing. He went around, and Bill Welke rings up Albert Pujols. Back-to-back strikeouts. 2 outs. It's actually 3 strikeouts in a row now for Darvish.
That way through a hard slider. And across the plate. And you don't need to appeal down to the base umpire. If you're the home plate umpire, you have that ability to call a strike, and he felt that Albert crossed the plate.
This one toward the middle, but with the overshift, Elvis Andrus has it. A 1-2-3 inning for you, Darvish. We'll head to the 5th with no score.
TNT U-verse replay. Zach Greinke's been outstanding so far in this game against this Texas lineup. Fastball has been great. Gets Andrews swinging. Fastball paints the outside corner of Michael Young. Great changeup to David Murphy. Curveball, Soto, and then a big slow curveball gets Adrian Beltre swinging. 5 punch-outs through 4 shutout innings so far for Zach Greinke.
Both guys have been dealing through the first 4 innings. 4 strikeouts for Darvish and 1 walk. 5 punch-outs, no walks for Greinke. He'll face Cruz, Murphy, and Soto here in the 5th with no score. Breaking pitch just a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Cruz, the only base runner that Texas has put on board against Zach. Now was a 1-out single into center field. This one's looped into left field. Leadoff single. Trumbo gets to it and gets it back in. So Cruz is on board. He owns both hits against Greinke. Fastball in the 2nd inning. This one a breaking ball. And here comes Murphy.
Yeah, both pitches were on the inner half of the plate. Fastball hit, line drive up the middle, and that slider to stay on the inner half. And Cruz base hit. Cruz with 8 stolen bases this year, not running as much this year as compared to the past.
Murphy, a strikeout victim his first time up, takes ball 1 outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cruz in 2010 had 17 stolen bases. In 2009 had 20. Last year with some hamstring issues, only 9, and this year with 8.
Cruz takes off. The hit and run is on. Murphy lines one into center. Trying over to cut it off. Cruz heads to third. He'll be stopped there. And Texas in business here to start this 5th inning. Runners at the corners and nobody out for Giovanni Soto.
I got a fastball that stayed with it. Good approach. With Cruz running, easily get into third base. Well, first and third with no out for the Rangers. Well, Zach's had that ability to get a punch out. This is the time we need a strikeout. He's had 5 so far.
Soto went down swinging on a breaking pitch in the 2nd inning. 59 pitches thrown by Greinke. Angels a double play depth. The first one was a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Texas last night 2 for 7. Bennett scoring position, 2 for 11 overall. One 0 pitch. Breaking ball hit in the air to right. Torrey moving in and over, trying to get behind it. Cruz will tag. Here comes the throw to the plate. And it is a tie. 1-0 Texas. Sac fly for Giovanni Soto, and the Rangers strike first.
They're real close. Torrey got himself in very good throwing position. Try to be able to throw out Nelson Cruz. He did a nice job of getting himself in the best position possible. It's a pretty long fly ball, but Cruz able to get his hand in just before the tag was applied. And Chris Iannetta just up the first baseline does not allow Chris to be able to block the plate. Torrey with already 11 outfield assists, just missed his 12th.
Toughest play too for a catcher. With the ball hit near the line, because you can't see the runner. You just got to position yourself, hope the throat is there, and you've got to do that blind swipe tag. But Cruz took the back part of the plate. Iannetta was off the plate, so it was an easy play, even though Torrey made it very close.
And that's the thing, you wonder if he got his hand on the plate. Better angle here. Never got the plate.
Never touched the plate, you're right.
And it looked like initially he might have been able to slide in and get the hand on the plate before the tag was applied, but never even touched home plate.
Looks like Cruz explaining it to Brandon Snyder. The exact same thing, Snyder's reaction.
So well, I was in the vicinity.
1 ball, 1 strike on Moreland. Fouls this one off to the left.
That's a big run, though, when you think about it, with the way these two pitchers are pitching tonight.
No argument from anyone in the third base dugout. So 1-0 Texas. Sac fly by Soto. Murphy still at first base. Back-to-back hits to start the inning by Cruz and Murphy. Murphy getting his on a hit and run. That's why Cruz ended up at third.
And Murphy with 9 stolen bases this year himself.
One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Moreland is punched down for the second out here in the fifth.
A hard slider, not even close to the plate. That sharp break gets Moreland to go after that pitch. He's not getting his sixth strikeout. Moreland likes pitches down in the strike zone, so you're more apt to be chasing a pitch like that if you could throw that sharp slider in the dirt like that.
Breaking pitches in on Craig Gentry. The center fielder hit a fly ball to left field. Drove it well to the warning track. Trumbo tracked it down in the third inning. 0 for 1. Went around on the breaking pitch.
We almost have to try that exact same pitch. Hit the fastball last at bat pretty well to left field, and Mark Trumbo ran down.
Oh, 2 count on Gentry with 2 outs. Quick throw to first. Murphy diving back in.
Once in a while you'll see a manager put a pitch out on 0-2 just with the anticipation of a pitcher throwing a breaking ball in the dirt. Might try to take that chance to try to steal a base.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Gentry. The inning comes to an end, but Texas strikes for a run. Back-to-back hits by Cruz and Murphy, and then the sac fly by Giovanni Soto. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Texas is on top by the score of 1-0. Callaspo, Kendrick, and Ibar against Yu Darvish. First pitch swing is Alberto Callaspo. Michael Young makes the catch. And there is out number 1. Let's go back and take a look at that Nelson Cruz slide in at the plate. Obviously, when you've got 2 guys dealing like Darvish and Greinke have, every run is very important. Bill Welke's right there. Watch the left hand go over the plate. It appears as if that the first thing it touches is the dirt just behind the plate, but You know, from Welke's vantage point,
Very
kind of
difficult call.
A downward angle. He's looking down toward the plate. He sees the hand hovering, so perhaps he assumes that he's running the hand across the plate.
I mean, even when we were looking down from up at this angle, it looked like he was getting his hand on the plate as he slid by. Very difficult call for a home plate umpire. But a good throw by Torrey Hunter, though.
Howie Kendrick takes down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Now he's 0 for 1, trying to bunt his way on in the second inning.
I was talking to Howie before the game. The approach for the hitters against Darvish, because of his ability to throw all his pitches for strikes. He said bottom line is you still have to try to think in terms of a fastball and try to hit the ball to right field, the right center field if you can.
Ahead of the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. The Angels did have an opportunity, first and third, with 1 out in the third. Did not capitalize. Texas did. With a man at third base, they got the sac fly. Right call or not. Now he takes inside. 3 balls and a strike. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
You might have to try to be as patient as possible. I will wait for a good fastball to drive. Now, if you're Howie, you're in that position to get the fastball and do some damage. No, there's no guarantee that Darvish will throw a 4-seam fastball middle of the plate.
Three-one pitch. Swing and a miss. A cut fastball. Full count. Now he's chasing the breaking pitch off the plate. 2 down. Strikeout number 5 for Darvish.
After a cut fastball the pitch before this, a conventional slider off the plate. And another strikeout for Darvish.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Eric Ibar. Drew walked in his first plate appearance. Now was back into third as the leadoff man, eventually stranded at third base. Ibar looks at a strike on the inside corner. Ball with a strike. Darvish now has retired 6 consecutive since giving up that base hit to Iannetta in the third. The only inning in which the Angels have had base runners on.
Very manageable pitch count too for him. Just 55 thrown here with 2 outs in the 5th.
Foul tipped. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. 1-0 Texas here in the 5th. In the dirt.
I remember a few years ago in the World Baseball Classic when Darvish was pitching, he was throwing upper 90s. Now throwing a lot more cut fastballs and 2-seam fastballs.
How much is that a product of coming over to the States and maybe not trusting that fastball, living with the off-speed stuff, and then perhaps even just as a 26-year-old, just turned 26 last month. that develops throughout his big league career.
Yeah, I think what he sees is major league hitters over here getting themselves out on all speed pitches. He's become more of a guy that will throw those more than fastballs. Same thing there. I mean, he's got a good split finger fastball to go along with the two-seam fastball and cut fastball. A lot of similarities as far as never giving in is Matsusaka. Daisuke is the guy that doesn't give in. He won't throw a fastball even if you think it's a fastball count. Darvish the same way.
Full count on Ibar with 2 outs. This was pulled over to Moreland at first base. He bobbles it for a second. Darvish is there, and it's a 1-2-3 shutdown inning. We played 5 here at the Big A in Texas with a 1-0 lead.
Here in the top of the 6th, Soto's sacrifice fly, the only run, fly ball to right field that Torrey Hunter almost made the throw to the plate. Zach Greinke's been great. There's 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run through 5, and Darvish dominant so far. 5 innings. It's 1 hit allowed, no runs.
Zach Greinke back to work here in the 6th inning. He'll face the top of the order at 1-2-3. Kinsler, Andrews, and Michael Young. Kinsler looks at a strike twice. He has hit a fly ball out, one to center. The other one, Howie Kendrick caught out at shallow right center field. Texas with their run in the 5th inning. Went around to the breaking pitch. An 0-2 count.
Well, that's a great changeup, and you have to have a lot of confidence in that pitch if you're a right-handed pitcher to throw a changeup to a right-handed batter. Now the 6th 0-2 count in the game so far for Greinke.
Bouncer to Callaspo. 1 out.
He's back with another changeup.
This being the 13th career appearance for Zach Greinke, his 11th start against Texas. His first since May the 7th, 2010. That was down in Arlington. Lifetime record of 3-5 with 1 shutout. Pardon me, a 2.81 ERA. He's allowed 1 run on 3 hits so far. 7 punch outs, no walks. He'll face Elvis Andrews.
He's done a great job as far as pitching well against this Ranger lineup. Since 07, 2-3 with an ERA 1.26.
Andrews looks at a strike and it's 0-2. 0 for 2 tonight is the Rangers shortstop. A strikeout in the 1st, a ground ball to Callaspo in the 4th. 3 hits for Texas, 1 for the Angels. They sit by Chris Iannetta. He'll be coming up second in the 6th inning. Trumbo, Iannetta, Trout against Yu Darvish, who's been just a little bit better than Greinke tonight. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Down goes Andrews. 2 outs. Strikeout number 8 for Zach.
Check out the Subway Sub Prize on the line. Is the wild card standings. Baltimore off day today.
Oakland defeated the Tigers, so the Angels needing a victory to keep pace.
Remember we talked about in the pregame show how to be successful against this Ranger lineup is getting ahead of the count and utilizing your slow curveball or changeup, and Greinke's done a great job with that so far.
Michael Young looks at a painted fastball for a strike. Young 0 for 2, struck out looking at a first. It bounced out to Kendrick in the 4th inning. One. This is back toward the middle, off the glove, and it's going to go as an infield base hit.
You can see how much pride Zach Greinke takes in his fielding his position. Slow curveball off the end of the bat, try to dive and make the play just off the glove. He wants to field anything hit back towards him. One of the better fielding pitchers you're going to see in the game.
9-game hitting streak now for Young. Infield knock. 4th now for Texas. Here comes Adrian Beltre. He's 0 for 2 with a ground ball to 3rd. And a strikeout to end the 4th. Fouls off the first fastball. That's an 0-1 count. This is out toward left center field. Trumbo is there. And it comes to an end. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Angels down 1-0. Mark Trumbo to lead things off. He'll be followed by Chris Iannetta and then Mike Trout. Yu Darvish has been very, very good this evening. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. Only 2 base runners in this one. Trumbo 0 for 1 steps in, lead things off. He hit a fly ball
to right center field in a third. So he's 0 for 1. Trumbo shows bunt, offers at it. It's an 0-1 count.
Darvish's command on all his pitches has been very good. There he threw his first pitch slider to Trumbo, and Trumbo tried to bunt.
That may be the first time I think I've ever seen Mark Trumbo square around the bunt. 0-1 pitch. Went around to the breaking pitch, tried to hold up, and it's 0-2.
Well, you'd be real surprised that Darvish throws Trumbo anything but a slider now.
Yeah, it's either a fastball up and in neck high or a breaking pitch that's in the left-handed batter's box. At least that's what you would think. Mark has been struggling for quite some time offensively. The 0-2, and that's a fastball down and away at 96. And there's that velocity that we were talking about last inning.
He can throw that four-seam fastball firm.
Signed a 6-year deal in the offseason. Texas won the bidding for him in his rookie season. Now the 1-2. This is sharply hit into center field. Decided to come back with a fastball, and Trumbo picks up a leadoff knock.
And you know those pitchers sometimes, they just try to outthink the
Stubborn?
hitter. Yes. You see somebody trying to bunt on the first pitch slider, then swinging a slider away like that. Then you try to throw a fastball away and fastball in. Well, those things happen. Rockets it into center field for a base hit.
Well, Peter Borges pitched running for Mark Trumbo here in the 6th inning. And Borges will go to center field, Trout to left. Perhaps. Inetta takes down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Chris 1 for 1 with a base hit to right field. That was in the 3rd inning.
Boy, all kinds of options for Mike Scioscia. You have Inetta square around the bunt. You allow Peter Borges to try to steal a base. With a 1-0 count, you've pretty much taken away the potential pitch out from Ron Washington.
1-1.
Borges looked like he was going back to first base, trying to get a read on Darvish.
Trumbo with a leadoff single. Borges the pinch runner at first. Michael Young in at third base now. Borges started, then stopped. That pitch just missed. 2 balls and a strike. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Call goes in the Angels' favor. Inetta looking down at Dino Ebel.
And what we see from Darvish, when he throws to first base, it's relatively quick. If he holds the ball, he's going home.
Throw to first. Peters back quickly.
Let's see if he stays with that same pattern. Quickly throw over the first. Sometimes pitchers have a difficult time holding on to the baseball before they throw over the first.
Borges takes off. The 2-1 pitch is grounded through the right side, a base hit. Borges does not stop. He'll head to third. And the Angels have runners at first and third. The hit and run works. Nobody out for Mike Trout.
Again, he held the ball, so that means he was going to go home, and Borges got a good jump, and then a perfect swing from Chris Inetta. Both approaches for Inetta against Darvish tonight. Hitting the ball the other way. Borges easily gets into third.
So with Texas up 1-0. Nobody out. The Rangers, of course, middle infielders playing back at double play depth. Michael Young in near the cut of the grass at third base. Mike Trout steps up. He's 0 for 2. A fly ball to left and a strikeout into third. First one is lifted foul and out of play, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, last at bat, Trout got a lot of fastballs and cut fastballs. Again, another cut fastball from Darvish.
Well, they shade him the opposite way in the outfield. Gentry, the center fielder, toward the alley at right center, and Cruz over toward the line in right. Murphy is straight up and left. Moreland holding Iannetta over at first base. Oh, 1 pitch. Fastball down and away. Evens the count.
Hard stuff against Trout. The thing is, with Trout, what he can do, if you throw that slow curveball, because of his swing he has, that plays into Trout's hand because he's compact enough with his swing. He'll be able to make good connection with that slow curveball from Darvish.
Just 69 pitches for Darvish. Both starters have been very economical so far tonight. Texas getting their run in the 5th. Borges standing at third. Iannetta at first. 1-1 pitch. Late on that swing. 1-2.
Cut fastball again. Same thing last at bat. Threw that cut fastball on the inside part of the plate on him.
Time is called as a beach ball has come onto the warning track in right center field. Soto is going to go out and talk things over with Darvish.
Last time, fastball ran it in. Fastball upstairs, 2-0. And a cut fastball. There's another cut fastball in the inner part of the plate. Going upstairs with the fastball to get a swing and miss. I wonder if he's going to try to go upstairs again with his fastball. Again, all firm pitches to him.
Torrey Hunter's on deck. Second time tonight the Angels have had runners at first and third. Nobody out here. 1-2. Got him swinging, tied him up with a fastball up and in. 1 out.
Just like we suspected, he would go upstairs with his fastball. Well located too as a hitter. Very difficult pitch to make contact with. Even though Trout has that compact swing, you see how that ball ran in and up. And he remembers his last at bat when he went upstairs with the fastball. So you're more apt to chase that pitch.
That pitch, of course, set up by that cut fastball on the inside part of the plate. Got him thinking about it.
See, last time with Torrey now, he threw 2 slow curveballs first 2 pitches, then fastball.
Hunter's 0 for 2 with a ground ball to short, and he struck out looking. First one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Trumbo led off the inning with a base hit. Borges pinch ran for him. The Angels had the hit and run on with Iannetta. Peter ended up at third. Trout with a strikeout. 1-0. Broken bat roller towards short. It's going to be a tough play to turn 2. Kinsler's not going to be able to turn it. The run scores. We're tied at 1.
We're talking about manufacturing a run. That's how the Angels were able to tie this game up. A hit and run. Allow Borges to go to third. He's pinch running for Mark Trumbo. It's a slow roller. A hard slide in there at second. No chance to be able to turn 2.
Torrey picks up his 81st run batted in. And that'll bring up Albert. The 2 outs. A man at first now. A 1-1 tie. Albert's 0 for 2. Fly ball to center, and he struck out on a breaking pitch in the 4th. 6 punch outs for Darvish. 1 walk.
And most times you think, well, maybe Torrey Hunter take a chance at stealing, but you just feel something good about Pujols here in this at bat. Don't want to take the bat out of his hand.
First one is on the corner for strike. Oh, one pitch. And he popped him up. Shallow center field. Elvis Andrews is going out. And the inning comes to an end, but the Angels tie things up on that fielder's choice off the bat of Torrey Hunter. 6 in the books. We're knotted up at 1. Barbecue burger with pulled pork on a cheeseburger. New at Carl's Jr. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T Rethink Possible. And by Dodge. Tied at 1 here at the top of the 7th inning. New left fielder Vernon Wells takes over. So Peter Borges was just solely used as the pinch runner. Trout remains in center. Cruz, Murphy, Soto for Texas. Against Zach Greinke as the first breaking pitch is down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cruz 2 for 2, a couple of singles and a run scored. Off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. 8 punch outs for Zach. No walks and 4 hits allowed, 2 of which, as we just pointed out, are owned by Nelson Cruz, the right fielder. Fastball down and in. 3-0.
And Cruz will be hacking here 3-0. So you got to be careful where you locate your fastball.
3-1. Full count.
Try to sneak a fastball away here.
Payoff pitch. Popped up. Middle of the infield. Who wants it? Pujols with the call on the catch. 1 out. Fans, hurry into your local Chevy dealer today and get a great deal on a brand new 2012 Chevy. Right now during Chevy Truck Month, you can take advantage of great pricing on a Silverado, Suburban, Tahoe, or Traverse. Hurry in while supplies last. So from a 3-0 count to an out.
Well, that pop-up was up there for a long time. Greinke got out of the way, tried to direct traffic, and Pujols came in, took charge. It's the first out.
Strike on the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1. Murphy 1 for 2, a strikeout in the second, singled in the fifth. This one bounced toward the middle. Howie's there. Got to get rid of it quickly. Murphy with good speed almost legs it out. 2 outs. Boy, Howie took his time getting rid of that baseball. But they do record the out, and that'll bring up Giovanni Soto.
It looked like initially Howie was thinking backhanded, but he felt in his mind a chance to get in front of the baseball. And then notice Murphy going down quickly, had to throw that firm throw to first base to get him. Just a half a step.
Here's Giovanni Soto with 2 outs, nobody on. Soto tonight 0 for 1. A strikeout in the second, a sac fly in the fifth, picking up his 22nd RBI as a member of the Rangers. This one lined towards center field, and that's going to fall down for base hit. So a 2-out knock for Soto puts a man on. Keeps the inning alive for Mitch Moreland.
Just the 5th hit that Greinke has allowed so far in this game.
Off-speed pitch is down low. Moreland tonight 0 for 2, a ground ball to Howie Kendrick in the third inning, a strikeout in the fifth. 5 hits for Texas, 3 for the Angels. As Moreland was a swing and a miss, not a foul tip. Soto wasn't going anywhere. Pujols not even holding him on at first base, playing behind him. Does it run all that well? Greinke had 93 pitches so far, 65 have been strikes. One and two.
Zach real comfortable with locating his fastball. With a 93. And the swing at a hard slider in the dirt last at bat.
There's the 1-2. Lays off the breaking pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Halos in the 7th. The bottom of the 7th will have Morales, Callaspo, and Kendrick coming up against Yu Darvish. This was grounded over to second. Howie's got it. The inning comes to an end. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. We are tied at 1. You, Darvish, back to work. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Victor and Gooby with you. And one of the most effective pitches tonight for Darvish, the cut fastball. Difference between a fastball and a cut fastball.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll hear us say the four-seam fastball here, but the cut fastball is a two-seam grip, and then you move it over to the side of the baseball, and you have that little cut action where you just have that slight break of your wrist to be able to create that type of a break on the cut fastball as compared to a four-seam fastball that stay straight up in the strike zone like you got Mike Trout out with the swing and miss.
And with the slider, a little bit different angle,
yeah,
too.
You're going to go a little bit more. You're going to snap it off like that to be able to throw a slider. But a cut fastball, a true cut fastball, this is a short, tight break.
Kendrys Morales fouls off the first pitch, and it's an 0-1 count. And also, we've talked about it at length where guys have fallen in love with the cut fastball, and it has affected their velocity. You just can't throw it as hard as a four-seam fastball.
No question, because what it does when you throw so many cut fastballs, you put a lot more pressure on your forearm as compared to just a regular fastball, and you have more of a break, and it takes away about a couple miles on your fastball as it goes along.
Morales fouls this one off as the bat goes flying. An 0-2 count.
And here's a real good illustration to what Darvish has been effective. Here's a cut fastball, that late break. You see the swing from Mike Trout. Then he follows up with a four-seam fastball up and runs that one better velocity. The cut fastball, 90. The four-seam fastball there, 95. Hitter reads fastball, but a cut fastball has that slight break. The four-seam fastball will be truer action and a little firmer.
Oh, 2 count on Kendrys tonight. 0 for 2 with a strike on the ground out as that one is up and away. Two balls, two strikes. This one down the left field line and slicing toward the seats. So Morales still with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Texas getting the run of the fifth inning. They had back-to-back hits to start that fifth inning, and Soto brought home the run on a sac fly. The Angels had back-to-back hits to start the sixth.
Still surprised at Darvish, too. Mark Trumbo, a fastball there. Mark did a nice job at adjusting to that pitch.
Yep.
And hit a rocket into center field.
Another 2-2, and this is fouled back.
Again, going harder stuff against Morales, who at times will chase a breaking pitch down and in.
Callaspo's on deck. The breaking pitch line toward left. Murphy's there. One out. So Callaspo will come up. He's 0 for 2. He popped out to Kinsler in the second and swung at the very first pitch in the fifth. As the leadoff man that inning, he popped out in foul territory. Be surprised if he gets anything firm to start off his at bat.
Exactly. And Callaspo 4 for 8 coming into this game against Darvish. Just popped up twice.
1-1 on, or pardon me, the first one's on the way.
You were anticipating him taking a pitch this time around.
Yeah, a little cut fastball. 0-1 count.
Well, he could throw his cut fastball on the outside corner and inside corner.
There's that slow breaking pitch. Ball on the strike.
Might be his slowest one yet. 65-mile-an-hour curveball.
84 pitches thrown by the right-hander. 54 have been strikes. 6 punch outs for him and 1 walk. tied at 1 here, the bottom of the 7th. 1 run, 5 hits, 4 left on for Texas. 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 left on for the Angels.
And both these pitchers have been outstanding. Their secondary pitches have been perfect.
Callaspo flips it foul into the seats. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Just looking back at this game, there has been many pitches from either side that have been in the middle of the plate. Everything's been on the corner. Everything has been down, elevated when you need to. It's very difficult for a hitter to center in on a spot where you can do some damage to the baseball.
Line to left, a base hit. Well, he got a fastball away, and Alberto took it the opposite way. 1 out single puts a man on for Howie.
It's a nice approach by Callaspo, similar to what we saw from Iannetta in his 2 at-bats. He's going the other way. Fastball was up high enough, and Callaspo was able to hit that in the left field for a base hit. Now with Callaspo at first, and Howie with his ability to be able to put the ball in play on the ground, you might see Mike Scioscia put a hit and run on at some point.
Howie's 0 for 2. Tried to bunt his way on in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. Darvish had him at a 3-2 count and got him with a breaking pitch down and away. Oh, what count?
Boy, how you like that pitch back? That was a cut fastball. It's right in the middle of the plate. Just 88.
Oh, 1. He came in with that fastball up and in. An 0-2 count. Short lead for Callaspo at first. 0-2 to Kendrick. Outside. Ball and 2 strikes. Breaking pitch, bounce toward the hole. Andrews will feed Kinsler for 1. Leading to first, a double play. 7 in the books. We are still tied at 1. We thought we'd get ourselves a pitching matchup tonight between Greinke and Darvish, and both guys have lived up to the hype. A lot of strikeouts. Only one walk in this ballgame. That was from Darvish. Texas got on the board in the fifth inning. A sac fly by Giovanni Show. Nelson Cruz is called safe at the plate. And the Angels tie things up at the bottom of the sixth. An RBI fielder's choice off the bat of Torrey Hunter. And that's where we stand right now as we start this eighth inning. 96 pitches for Greinke. Very similar line. Darvish just had 92 pitches. Craig Gentry lead things off. 9-1-2 for Texas here in the eighth. Gentry, Kinsler, and Andrews.
Well, we talked about coming into this game. It's a great pitching matchup. Both have been throwing the ball exceptionally well of late, and both have certainly done that tonight.
Two balls and one strike. Gentry tonight 0 for 2. A fly ball to left and a strikeout. Three and one now. Kevin Jepson warming up the bullpen for the Halos. Greinke's at 100 pitches now. And not a guy that you want to put on board, and Gentry with his speed.
No, even though Greinke's very quick to the plate, you don't want that.
Took something off there, and it's a full count. Kinsler on deck. 3-2, popped him up. Howie Kendrick makes the catch, and there's the first out to start this eighth inning. Hey, subscribe to MLB.tv today. You can still take advantage of new low pricing and see every remaining Angels out-of-market games live in HD quality. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. One out, nobody on for Ian Kinsler, the second baseman and leadoff man. 0 for 3 in this game. Makes a slow breaking pitch. Looked like a pretty good pitch. It caught the corner, but it's called a ball. 1-0. Kinsler shoots from the right. Torrey moving over. 2 outs.
Well, Greinke's throwing some real good fastballs in the outer part of the plate and get some lazy fly balls the other way. His changeup's been great. His curveball excellent. He got a strikeout or 2 with his slider. Cut fastball very effective too.
Two outs, nobody on. Elvis Andrews, the batter. 0 for 3 tonight. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Two and one. Foul off to the right, 2-2.
Got Andrews twice tonight already on breaking pitches down and away.
Greinke pitch bounced over to short. Ibar comes charging in. A 1-2-3-8 for Greinke. We'll head to the bottom of the eighth inning. Ibar, Wells, and Iannetta coming up. We're tied at 1.
The 3-game series against the White Sox. Jake Peavy on the hill for the White Sox, 11-11 record with an ERA 3.26. Been very good for them this year. Urban Santana back to the rotation, 8-12, an ERA just over 5. He's been throwing the ball very, very well of late. 121 punch-outs for Urban.
Eric Ibar stepping in to face Yu Darvish. Greinke, a spectacular outing yet again, especially after his performance at Kansas City. He's followed it up with another very solid 8 innings tonight.
Well, he's been great throughout his career in the month of September as a starter. 29 mark with an ERA 2.81 will go down this performance tonight.
Eric Ibar's 0 for 1. Walked in the third and grounded out in the fifth. That ground ball out to Moreland, the first baseman. Oh, 1 on the way. Breaking pitch kind of slips out of the hand of Darvish. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks as if that with Ernesto Frieri warming up in the bullpen, that perhaps Greinke is done.
Yeah, he has that look in the dugout talking to Jared Weaver. More likely he's done. A great, great performance.
One on the way. Ibar yanks it foul off the screen. 1-2.
That's 6 straight games for Greinke. He's thrown 7 or more innings. So exactly what Mike Scioscia wanted out of him. Not only quality pitching, but deep in the game.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
Don't see many changeups from Darvish. It's an unusual time to start throwing one here in the 8th inning.
96 pitches for the right-hander. 63 have been strikes tonight. Full count. Darvish coming off a performance which he picked up the win against Seattle through 110 pitches in 7 innings. That's certainly not an issue for him as far as working deep into games. He's gone over the 120 pitches thrown mark a couple of times this year.
That's a big pitch now for the Angels and Eric Ibar. If he can somehow get on base with his speed, creates an issue for Darvish.
Three-2 on the way. And he got him with a breaking pitch. Foul tipped. And Soto hangs on to it. Eric fooled on the slow curveball. 1 out. Here comes Vernon Wells for his first plate appearance. Check out the GoPro bullpen cam. Alexio Gondo warming up for Texas. Wells came on as a defensive replacement in the 7th inning, replacing Peter Borges, the pinch runner for Mark Trumbo. Vernon hitting .231, 11 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Swings the first one and fouls it back. Pretty good pitch to handle there. Wells last night got the start in left field, went 0 for 3. Did draw a walk.
6 for his last 15. So 400 batting average for Vernon.
Texas has had 1 base runner reach second or beyond. That pitch is just low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels have had just 2 base runners get beyond second base tonight. And that's how well pitched a game this has been between these two guys. 1-1 pitch. 1-2. Complete overshift too on Wells. 3 infielders on the left side against Vernon.
You know, as you hope for is Darvish tries to sneak a fastball in. I would be surprised if he throws anything but a slider or something away. And Soto's going through a number of signs for Darvish. Look, he wanted to throw his cut fastball inside. It's a dangerous pitch. He's going to throw a slow curveball instead.
1-2 from Darvish. Called strike 3 at 63 miles per hour. 2 outs.
This one off the plate.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Darvish here in the 8th inning. Here's Chris Iannetta. Chris 2 for 2 tonight. 2 singles. He's got 2 of the 4 hits. Swings through the first one. 0-1 count. Texas in the 9th inning will have Young, Beltre, and Cruz due up. It appears as if Frieri will be coming on. The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Every game in baseball in the books now. This is the only game that is still ongoing. Tied at 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Cleveland, the Yankees, the Royals, the A's, and the Rays, all winners in the American League. 1-1 pitch to Chris Iannetta. Breaking balls in the dirt.
The outfielders are playing extremely deep. Chris Iannetta at the plate.
Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss. Full count with Trout on deck. Ogano's ready to go on the bullpen for Texas. Now the 3-2. Check swinging went around. Darvish strikes out the side. We'll head to the 9th. Tied at 1.
Angels baseball is brought to you by El Pollo Loco. Crazy you can taste. And by Southern California Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer.
Top of the ninth inning here at the Big A. It is a 1-1 tie. Zach Greinke is done after 8 innings tonight, 109 pitches, 8 strikeouts, 5 hits, no walks, 1 run. It was earned. And he gives way to Ernesto Frieri. And here in the ninth inning, it'll be 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Rangers.
Ernesto ERA 2.30, 76 strikeouts in 47 innings pitched, 19 saves. Ernesto, that really good fastball. 93 to 96, hard slider, and will change speeds on his slider. What a job by Zach Greinke. You mentioned 109 pitches thrown, 74 strikes. Darvish 108 pitches thrown, 70 strikes. So both pitchers dominant around the strike zone. Similar numbers, 9 strikeouts for Darvish compared to 8 for Greinke.
Both starters very, very good tonight. Ernesto trying to bounce back after a very rough outing that he had Saturday night. That's when he took the ball from Mike Scioscia in place of Zach Greinke. With 1 out in the ninth inning, gave up back-to-back home runs, and it was a walk-off win for Kansas City. He'll face the heart of the order for Texas, although no Josh Hamilton tonight. Michael Young, Adrian Beltre, and Nelson Cruz. First one on the way. Outside. Pulls the fastball down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Young 1 for 3. Had a base hit in the 6th inning. He's also struck out and grounded out. This was hit sharply toward the middle and the lead-off base hit. So the potential go-ahead run is on to start this ninth inning. Adrian Beltre, the DH, coming up. Beltre tonight 0 for 3 against Greinke. A ground out, a strikeout, a fly ball to left. A breaking pitch missed inside. It is 1-0. Fouled back, and I got a piece of Bill Welke.
Beltre expanded his strikes, and that pitch was out of the zone.
One ball, one strike. Michael Young with a leadoff single stands at first. Short lead for Young at first base. The 1-1 pitch. Beltre takes off the plate. 2-1.
Hit and run count now for Ron Washington. Mike Scioscia putting on a sign, giving it to Chris Iannetta.
Young doesn't go. The 2-1 pitch is hammered out to left field, and the Texas Rangers are on the board with 2 runs here in the 9th, and they have taken the lead 3-1. A hanging breaking pitch to Beltre. He picks up his 34th home run of the season.
Beltre got himself into the lineup today, and it comes through for him once again. 34th home run, 95th RBI. Hanging break a pitch. And so often you see that in highlights. When you hang a break a pitch, that's where it ends up.
Here's Nelson Cruz. He looks at a strike. Ernesto Frieri has been bitten by the home run bug. One ball, one strike. Joe Nathan warming up now for Texas in their bullpen. One and two. And while Ernesto got beat on poorly located fastballs at Kansas City, he really went to the well with his second best pitch. Almost a get it over breaking ball. Beltre's not going to miss too many of those.
Yeah, he's been so hot too, Beltre.
Popped up on the right side. Howie Kendrick down into shallow right. And there's the first down here tonight. So Nelson Cruz 2 for 4 now. There's David Murphy, the left fielder, 1 for 3. He had a single in the 5th. Oh, 1 count.
Look what Beltre has done since August 20th. He has 15 home runs and 27 RBI. So the production, even though he was not originally in the lineup tonight.
Oh, 2 to Murphy. This one's hit well out toward right center field. Torrey Hunter moving over. 2 outs. Elevated fastball there from Ernesto. Bases clear with 2 outs. Soto coming up. The Angels in the bottom of the 9th inning have 1, 2, and 3 coming up. Trout, Hunter, and Pujols. Joe Nathan pitched last night in a non-save situation, went 1 inning. Faced 3 batters and had a strikeout. Soto pops this one up. Shallow right toward the foul line goes Howie Kendrick cutting across. And this inning comes to an end, but the damage is done. Leadoff single by Michael Young. A home run by Beltre. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels down 3-1. Two-run shot in the top of the ninth inning, and Texas with a 3-1 lead as Joe Nathan takes over for Yu Darvish here in the bottom of the ninth inning, looking to close it out. The Angels, however, will counter with 1, 2, and 3. Trout, Hunter, and Pujols.
Nathan's been very good for the Rangers this year. 5-3 mark, 41 punch-outs at 49 2/3 innings. Fastball still very consistent, 90 to 96. Curveball, slider, changeup. Well, he has struggled against the Angels this year. In an ERA at 7.50. He's allowed 5 earned runs in 6 innings pitched.
Nathan's had a very good season with Texas as their closer. Pitching in his 61st game, 33 saves for the right-hander. Facing Mike Trout is 0 for 3. Yu Darvish handled Trout tonight. Fly ball to left and a couple of strikeouts. The first one is in for a strike. 7 hits for Texas, 4 for the Angels. Rangers leaving 4 men on, and the Halos have stranded 2. Zach Greinke 8 innings, allowing 1 run, 8 strikeouts. Darvish 8 innings, 1 run, striking out 9. This one's out toward left center field. Gentry's coming on, 1 out. Off the end of the bat.
We talked about Gentry with that good closing speed in the outfield. But track that down and get the first out.
So here's Torrey Hunter. 0 for 3, picked up the RBI with the fielder's choice in the 6th inning. At that point, tying the game up at 1. 0-1 count on Torrey. Oh, 2. Score holds. Darvish will pick up his 16th win of the year. Frieri would take the loss. That one's just off the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Breaking pitch, bounced over to third. Backhanded by Michael Young. Long throw to first, and he got him.
Wow, that's some kind of play. Michael Young has played all 4 infield positions for the Rangers. That's a long throw across the diamond. He gets Torrey Hunter for the 2nd out. Playing that no doubles, playing the line, strong throw. And that's good scoop. Those good hands by Mitch Moreland we talked about in the beginning of the game at first base.
Halos down to the last out here in the 9th. Albert Pujols 0 for 3 tonight. Fly ball to center, a strikeout, a pop up to Andrews, the shortstop, at the 6th. Oh, 1 count on Albert. This one's fouled off to the right. Oh, 2 count on Albert with 2 outs here in the 9th. This one line to the alley in right center field. It's a base hit. Cruz over to try to cut it off. Can't get there. Albert will round first, head to second. And he is in there with a 2-out double. 44th of the year. And it gives the Angels an opportunity to bring the tying run to the plate in Kendrys Morales. That is career double number 499 for Pujols.
74th extra base hit for Pujols.
So Kendry steps up with an opportunity to tie things up here in the ninth. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly ball to left. Kinsler's out in shallow right field. With the shift on, Andrews shading Kendry's toward the middle. Outfield deep. The first one way outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Nathan has allowed 7 home runs this year. So occasionally he will get up that fastball up in the strike zone.
1-0. Fastball right down Broadway. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Nathan knows all too well how Ernesto Frieri is feeling. Go back to that game on August the 1st when they gave up 2 home runs in the top of the 10th. Only to see Texas win it in extras as Kendrys chases the breaking ball. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, the Angels down to the last strike here in the 9th inning. One-two pitch, lays off, 2-2. Three to 1 Texas here in the bottom of the 9th. Pujols standing at second base. Callasco on deck. Nathan wanting Soto to run through the signs once again. And now the 2-2. This was lined toward left field. Murphy is there. And the Texas Rangers take this one by the score of 3-1, courtesy of the Beltre 2-run home run in the top of the 9th.
When it's a tough one for the Angels, a well-pitched game once again by Zach Greinke. And just one mistake, really, when you look at this game, only one mistake really made by both pitchers. Or all three coming into that point. Ferrari hangs a breaking ball, and Beltre just doesn't miss that pitch off. And 34th home run, 95th RBI was the difference maker.
Yu Darvish picks up the win. He is now 16-9. Ernesto Frieri takes a loss, and Joe Nathan notches his 34th save as Texas wins this one 3-1, and they take this series. Tougher hill to climb for the Angels in the wild card. Stick around. Michael Lee, Sip Sam, and Jose Mota will break it down. The Angels Live postgame edition next.